Hi everyone, I'm Giulia and I am an Italian Eurofan, and today we are going to analyze a little bit the song of Sanremo because I'm Italian and I know what I'm talking about.
Please be respectful, as English is my not native language. I usually speak Spanish and Italian. I know that I'm not so fluent, so please be respectful, okay? Thank you a lot.
Well, all the information that now I'm going to give you is from the newspaper Sorrisi, Canzoni and Fanpage on the web. I have written all the stuff for you guys, okay? Because it's impossible to remember all the stuff. It's difficult, okay? So I'm going to read it for you. Please, if you want to subscribe to my channel, do it right down. Only at the end of the video, I'm going to give my opinion and say who are my favorite ones. These two girls had a lot of success in 90s and the first year of 2000, and this song is like reminiscent of those years in their career. For this reason, the sound of the song is like more vintage, and their songs in past were danceable and they had a lot of success, also in LGBTQ+ world. All the colors of the city on the sunny night, Fury, fury, dancing without stopping, like this will be the last song with you. Thai song that was written from Damiano of Måneskin, yes. And if you pay attention, if you also speak a bit of Italian, you can notice it. It tells about a toxic relationship, and this woman is remembering all the bad moments that she experienced and how she feels alive now, that she's finally free. I will call you, I will look for you even though it hurts. I hoped to heal your heart. I spent 2000 minutes to understand what you really think about me, but I only found the rage. Maybe we are too different. Tell me if there was love in those words. Bruises on my body were telling me that the evil inside of you will never go away. You stole all my voice.
Mi piace che sono perverso e non mi giudichi se metterò il rossetto.
There has been a conflict between a narrow-minded and churchy Italian politician called Maddalena Morgante that some days ago, when the text of the song were released in advance, she gave a speech, an horrible speech I will say, where she sentenced that the text of Rosa Chemical's song wasn't adequate for public television. And that children might be influenced by some words like sex, a man applying lipstick, perversion, in my bed there is a lot of space, and so on. The host, Amadeus, defending the singer and his text, saying that maybe the children of this politician are going to like this song. Yeah, stupid politician! Maybe it's going to happen right now! Prejudice of right-wing in Italy are disconcerting. The first night when Rosa sang, he said that this song is dedicated to all those people that have always felt different from others. So maybe for someone that doesn't speak Italian and doesn't live here in Italy, this song could only seem a funny and festive song, but it's much more. It's a song about freedom and loving whoever you want. That this is simply normal and not a different.
Oh, addio papà, io ti perdono.
Gianluca Grignani's song is talking about the relationship between the singer and his father, who abandoned him when he only was a little child. He wrote it many years ago, but only today he feels prepared to sing it. My father was a hero when he smiles at me. After 20 years, he called me and said, "When will be the time you will come to my funeral?" Levante's song tells us all the moments that Levante went through once she had given birth to her child. She felt so happy to have a baby, but also so sad to not recognize herself in that changed body. Her hormones were crazy, and she desires to recuperate her body. I smile and I cry. I get emotional with nothing. I live for my liberation. I live in an erotic dream. The joy of my body is a magical act. Tananai's song is a romantic ballad that tells about a long-distance relationship story. Talking on the phone, I miss you, I don't know why God steps on us like dancing the tango. I will be back on Monday, but Monday never comes. How can we save a love if it's so distant? Next song is an up-tempo song. This song repeats more time in English these words: I don't need someone, just give me something. It tells about a turbulent love story that reaches its lowest point and there rises from its ashes. Sweep me away like ash. I have a lump in my throat. We don't make love anymore, but we make hatred.
Oh, dammi le mani, ma solo se tu rimani.
thta song is a ballad that tells about romantic disappointment. I think about you, I will never sleep like before, I don't know if tomorrow you will come. And this song is maybe a bit similar to the Sound of Perfect of Ed Sheeran, but you know what is my motto. Similarities and influences are totally normal in music world, so similarity is not a synonym of copy or plagiarism.
Nel male fai bene, e fai male, beve nel bene, e nel male fai bene.
Madame's song tells about a prostitute who meets again an old client that she had fallen in love with after a period away. She rethinks about what happened between them, how the good and the bad are intertwined in a relationship. I saw you after a long time, you have been the worst mistake of my life, he said. I wholly have the regret while you have the remorse. I knew that I should have let my heart inside my breast. You are the one with I make love among all the others. I'm a bitch, but you are worse than me because you should have appreciated what I gave to you, for good and bad, for better or for worse.
Quando vivi un giorno bello, ridi e pensami.
It's a song that grows in loudness until the end. It begins with a whisper, then a normal voice, and then a scream. A love song dedicated to ourselves and to our limits, promoting diversity and inclusion, that sings sunrise like a symbol of renaissance. If we will stay out of our limits and boundaries, we will be more distant but maybe more similar. Elodie song tells about a heartbreak and the regret of the relationship. The silence at the end of every call interrupted. I would like to stop this, but the heart dances. But one of two things, my tears or your tears.
A un passo da te e fermeremo il vento come dentro gli uragani. Supererai.
Mr. Rain song tells us about something really important, depression. We have to be brave to ask for help when we are experiencing depression or bad moments. This is maybe an action for a superhero to show the most fragile sides of ourselves. You can't fight a war alone. From outside it's not possible to see how many times you have cried. We are angels with only a wing and we can fly only close to the others. If closer, we are invincible. Georgia's song tells about the ability to let go, loves, experience, and so on. That's not easy, but it's important to do that. The sound of this song is a bit vintage. You were a good song that we can listen to endlessly. I remember the last words, those said badly, and those that were cursed. Colezio tells about insecurity and fragility when relationships evolve. And when you don't know what to do when you are between saying and doing, you say, I don't feel like it, repeat it more times in the song. And I don't want to feel bad, so maybe I don't do nothing. Marco Mengoni's song tells about people in search of themselves and that are meeting and aligning as planets. If this is the last song and then the moon will explode, I will be there to tell you that you are wrong. What a trip two lives can make. Colapesce di Martino tells about how much we stress ourselves to do so many things, so many expectations, experiencing failure and frustration. The desire to do and the fear of failing can become constraining and can bring us to give up. I work in order to not to stay with you. I prefer the noise of crowded metros to the sea sound. Come Cose is a couple also in real life, and they are going to get married really soon. This song describes a crisis that they have been through. This song wants to spread the courage to fight to preserve a long relationship from daily fragilities. However, it turns out farewell is not a chance. Not disappoint the expectation after 6 years of relationship. My heart is provided with railing to not fall into your cliff. Leo Gassman is analyzing his relationship with his girlfriend. Thousands of problems and thousands of troubles, 3 hearts in my chest. The first one is to love in days of party. The second one to hold on in the stormy sea, while the third one is forced to forget your name. I don't care to be right. I prefer to be wrong, but with you. Letter 22 is the letter that doesn't exist in the Italian alphabet because we only have 21 letters. So the meaning of the song is to ponder, to find the right words to say I love you. I'm only a child who can't count, but who would like to tell you that he misses you. Don't leave me alone now that I found the right words. Anna Oxa's song tells us about that in our society the state of consciousness has been replaced by the intellect, and in this way we are going to lose our dignity. Mouths full of falsity that feed the world, free your soul, pure hearts eaten by greed. Articolo 31 is really nostalgic because this is another group like Paola and Chiara that had a lot of success between the 90s and the first years of 2000. They are older now because we are in 2023. Their song tells us about how it's difficult to grow up and to have responsibilities. We were so beautiful in these old photos, the fantasy traveled a lot. We didn't want to grow up, but it's a nice trip, you know. Now you have a family that depends on you. Ariete has a nostalgic song telling us a story of an ended love story. Now that you are gone, home is so silent that I'm afraid to sleep. I have your photo under my pillow. Throw yourself with me in this world of trouble. The Setu song is reflecting the thought that he shared with his twin, that is playing the guitar with him on stage. Both have always felt like a lost cause, unsuccessful people, but feeling like this also encouraged them to find their place in the world, and their place is in the music world. I have 2 big dreams. Nothing changes over time. Shari's song tells about those people that search for love to compensate for loneliness. I would like to have someone that occupies my heart, a man that listens to me and my problems.
Ma che ti sembra un mostro? Guarda che sono a posto.
Gianmaria's song tells about how this singer has neglected his family and friends to pursue his dream, a choice that brought him to Sanremo, but that had also filled him like a monster. What did I miss? I was only distracted by myself. Do I look like a monster?
Ma che giorno è? È il primo giorno senza te.
Moda's song tells about depression too, and the singer of this group has decided to share his experience with everyone to help other people suffering the same thing. The entire text of the song has a repeated phrase that is "leave me but" plus a phrase, reflecting what depression is like. You want to be alone, but you also need help at the same time.
Io mi sento stupido. Volevo tutto il pianeta.
Will's song tells about how many times we feel stupid for love and how many nonsense things we do for love. I'm a bit banal. I would have liked to be a poet. I would like to call you, but I don't know if you will answer me. Sometimes I feel stupid, my voice will get shaky, but I will say that it's due to cold weather. Only Song is an up-tempo song that tells about how the singer wants to experience strong emotion, but like many people, he also feels a big fragile box in a closet full of dust. Although the topic is a serious one, the song is danceable. I was in a big box and everything seems to be easy, but I'm only covered with dust. So what are my opinions? Maybe Marco Mengoni and Ultimo have a huge fan base that vote for them. So I think that maybe Ultimo and Marco Mengoni's song are not the best song that they have written until now. And for this reason from them, I was expecting more. In my opinion, there are better songs. I really love Madame song, Lazza song, and Marsate song, but there are also other songs that are good, like for example Mr. Rain song, Rosa Chemical song, Melody song, Levante song is good. I also feel so disappointed for Georgia because she's an amazing singer and she had so many beautiful songs. This song is like a normal song. Which songs do you like the most and why? So bye bye.